Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing well. So I did an interview video with one of my friend on TikTok, and I decided to save the live video because I felt like the information she was sharing was very helpful. She's my very good friend. She's been living in Qatar, but then she moved to Dubai. She works in Dubai as a cabin crew with Fly Dubai. I don't know if you've ever heard of Fly Dubai. It's also a very good airline that you can also try and apply with. She tried first attempt and she got it. Mind you, she has shared every details of the interview, of the application. She has explained everything in detail, so please make sure you watch this video till the end. More of the interview will be her talking. She was visiting Dubai, and that's when Fly Dubai got back to her because she applied for Fly Dubai during Corona season. Guys, I feel like anything is possible, but you have to just be patient, don't give up. She has tried many airlines, like name it, Qatar Airways, Etihad, Emirates, and then she came to be hired with Fly Dubai. Fly Dubai is also one of the best airlines. I've fly with Fly Dubai I don't know how many times, and I really love this airline. So please watch this video till the end. I know the live was very long, but at least I've gathered information that you will need, and it will be very helpful for you. So make sure you watch this video till the end and subscribe, like, share and comment. All the best.
Actually, that's true because even sometimes when I talking about Flight Dubai or I post about Flight Dubai, guys are like, "What is that airline?" or "Where is that airline?" Because I mean, they know most of the big airlines in the Middle East, but we are growing. So my sister, she's a frequent traveler. Like she goes to different countries for business, and she's the one who told me about Flight Dubai, and I had never had a Fly Dubai. And I remember that time I was in Qatar when she told me about it. So I used to like to be a cabin crew for such a long time. And all I knew was I used to apply for Emirates, for Etihad, for Qatar Airways since I was in Qatar, but never had a Fly Dubai. So when she told me about it, I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it, just like that. So she told me about it, sent me the link, and that's how I ended up applying for it. But still that time, I really didn't know much about the airline. I just applied just for the sake of it. But after I applied, and then I was curious to know what is that airline. So now I went to LinkedIn, to YouTube, to TikTok to, learn more about the airline. And that's when I fell in love with it after I learned about the airline. So yeah, it was through my sister that I learned about Fly Dubai. I wouldn't say we are under Emirates. I would say that because when you say under Emirates, it just means like we are in the management of Emirates. So basically, Fly Dubai, it's a company by itself. However, we do have a lot of partnership with Emirates. We consider them like a sister airline. So like there's a lot we have code share with them. We have a lot that we have with them. So we see them as a sister airline because we are a company by ourselves. We have our own management. We have our own CEO. Like the whole company is by itself. But we have, however, a lot of partnership with Emirates that most people confuse like we are, under Emirates. But no, we are a company by itself. It is a company by itself. We just have a lot of partnership with Emirates because we are both in Dubai and both our bases are in Dubai. And yeah, we see them as a sister company. No, it's a company by itself. And sorry, I missed to answer one question that you said it's easier to get hired. So I wouldn't say it's easier to get hired. Back then, maybe when it was just we had few destinations, that is even before I joined, then maybe you would say the recruiting process was a little bit easier. But now people have come to learn more about flight by, especially if you're in the Middle East and you fly around Middle East a lot. Most people have come to know about it. People who are based in Dubai itself have come to learn about Fly Dubai. And now it has really grown. We have more than 120 destinations. So it's now really a big company and people are applying because the time I joined, we had over 20,000 applications. So you can imagine now it's not as easy as it used to be. So yeah. So actually, I never knew airlines do have agency. That's something I just found out just the other day. But for Fly Dubai, just application, it's only on their website, which is careers.flydubai.com. That's the only way you get to apply for the position. No, like open days, no, just the website. That's the only way to apply for Fly Dubai, and that's how I submitted my CV on the website. It was just an opening that it is going on right now. I didn't know anybody. You don't have to know anyone, nothing. You just apply, and if it's for you, then it's for you. So I applied, and that's how I got it. Yes. No, for us it's just the website. Most of the jobs is just the website from Fly Dubai. So yeah, none of the agents that I've heard of or know of. So just the website. Yeah. So just when we say applying online, when you just follow the link or just open there's so many, actually there's so many websites that are not, real or legit. If I would say if you're applying for a certain website, it's better go to like their LinkedIn or one of their pages and check their website. Normally they link their website with pages that they have on social media. So just go and there you will get the original link. So I just followed the link, and then after you follow the link, just go to careers cabin crew. If they have an opening at that time as they have at this time, then you can be able to apply. Otherwise, if the vacancy is closed, then you can only see the requirement and everything, the description of the position, but you're not able to apply if the position is closed. However, if it's open, then you can apply. So you just apply. It's very self-explanatory, it's like a form. You fill your details and everything, and then they will ask you to attach your documents and then photographs, and you submit and just wait. So about CV, this is a question that I also personally get it a lot. I would say I always tell my followers or people who ask me about a CV, there is no one. Even if you ask a recruiter, they will not tell you this is the type of a CV I want, this and this. Otherwise, if there is a CV they wanted, they will just be selling the format. I think if you're a retired recruiter, you'll be selling the format. You will find a lot of things on YouTube. You will find a lot of things on TikTok telling you about CV, telling you about different things. There's a lot of information out there. But what I would say, I've applied for so long, on these airlines, on many jobs. I was looking for a job for so long. Even when I was in Qatar, I was still looking for jobs because I wanted to upgrade my job. So what I did different, one time when I was researching on YouTube, I came across, I don't remember what was the channel, but I came across something that I tell people that I learned. It's called an ATS, all right? So ATS, this is a system that most of the companies and recruiters are using now. If, for example, it's a big airline or a big company, can you imagine someone sitting down to read 20,000 CVs? They will not have. So what they do, they use this ATS. ATS is a tracking system. It scans, filters, and, rank the applicant. So basically, it's a system they use to sort all the applications. And then now when the number is smaller, then that's when they get to, at least maybe if it comes down to a certain number, then at least it's easier to go through one by one. So when I learned about this, and I learned that when you tailor your CV to this kind of system, then you get more chances. And not that I want to tell people is not like this is 100% chance, but no, this is a tip. So when normally you present your CV, let's say just a random CV, just a normal simple CV, because that's what I used to do. Actually, it's my brother who had done my first CV, because at least he knows how to do a CV. So I just used to apply. I'm telling you, I never used to get even that rejection email, nothing. I would just apply nothing. So I was like, there has to be something that is wrong. There has to be something. There is no way even like a rejection, at least get a rejection. I know, no response. And I used to feel so frustrated. So when then I came to learn about this ATS, which makes sense, Then I was like, I'll give it a shot. So I didn't know about it. So when I learned about it, I don't know how to do it. I don't know what an ATS tailored CV means. So I had to source help of a professional CV writer. And then I asked them, what is this ATS? And they're like, what we normally do, it just look like a normal CV, but they put in some keywords that the system, when it's filtering, will select your CV. So that's why they say that when you have an ATS tailored CV, then you get more chances on the system. So for example, if you put up your CV and I put mine that is ATS filtered, when the system, and we have maybe the same qualifications and everything, but when the system is filtering, since mine it has some words, then mine has more chances to be picked. So I went ahead and paid that guy. I took a shot. Really, I didn't believe in it, but I just took a shot. I was like, you know what? Let me just try. At least I knew I tried. And then when he did it for me, all those and there's a saying that I can say, someone says I don't believe ATS. I'm saying it's not like 100%. That's what I said. Mind you, it's not like 100%. It's your shot, how you want it. But for me, I went for it. It worked for me. Maybe it cannot work for everyone else, but after I got this, the moment I started applying even other jobs, this is not Fly Dubai, I started now applying other jobs. I started to get people coming back, LinkedIn, Indeed, all these job websites. I would get rejection emails or what, at least my CV started to get noticed. So that's the step that I took of tailoring my CV to ATS CV and to making it as short as 1 page. No one has time to read your three pages CV. 1 page, it's more than enough to explain yourself. So once again, I did 1 page CV, a very nice photo on the side, ATS tailored, and that's it. That's what I went for. Customer service, customer service, customer service, customer service. I cannot stress it more. You will need it. You need it. You will need customer service. Everything from when I imagine myself in the aircraft, when I imagine myself the moment passengers comes in, guys, you will need customer service at all perspective, and not just to write just because it's the patient, how to deal with different situations. If there is something that everything can happen on board, anything can happen on board. When people get stressed out, everything, that is customer service. So that's why they insist on at least 1 year of customer service, because no offense, if you're just fresh, you never handled people, and then you come and do some, because some flights are quite challenging with the customers, then you will just start crying. I remember there is a time I almost cried because I'm like, I still have experience, but I just got so frustrated. You know, you just go to the back in the galley, you just want to cry. People can really, really be challenging. So you really, really need customer service experience. It's not just because they ask it, but you need it just for yourself, just to help you. So yeah, customer service. If you've done other courses, like for me, I went to school, I did a hospitality. It's an additional, it's just there for you. You did it. Okay, good. You're a doctor, it's fine. Just keep it on the CV, yes. But additional, if you've done any role that has customer service or customer facing situation, then that's even a plus on your CV. So yes. You see, customer service, it entails on just basically dealing with people. It doesn't have to be just service. Okay, for when it comes to cabin crew, you'll be delivering service and still you're selling your airline. So if today you come on the flight and maybe you say hi to me, or you had a situation and I speak to you badly, then you're going to be like, oh, Fly Dubai crew are very, they are very rude. So customer service comes from the moment, like, I am just simple as saying hi to you, how you talk to people, how you express, how you look when you're serving the meals. All of this is customer service. So you can, yes, be a waiter. That's a good example. A receptionist, just any customer facing role is if your job you face any customer, then that's customer service. If you deal with customers, whichever position, whichever role, then that's a good example of customer service. Whichever, as long as you have customer experience, then yeah, we would call that customer service. Something I want to say, it's like the process, unlike other airlines, maybe they have like just the same, maybe they have, if you apply, you take 2 weeks and then you're called and then this and this and this and that. However, with Fly Dubai, and this is from my experience, it might change, it might be, different, but this is from my experience. First, I always tell people, sometimes they ask me about some details, but I'm like, I will check with my colleagues and I will get back. Because when I was hired, it was different. I was hired post-corona, and post-corona, there was no contact. You still couldn't have contact. So all my process I did online until the day I started my training. So I never had any contact. Every processing, the document, everything I had to submit online. It was via email communication. And once again, the management is amazing, because as much as it was online, oh my God, they were more than helpful. So after I applied, after I submitted my CV, it was like on a Friday, I remember, and I was flying to Dubai that time just for vacation. And like on a Monday, that is 3 days after, I received the automatic email for Higher View, which is a second phase at that time. That is 2 years ago we are talking about. I received a Higher View. So basically, it's an email that gives you a link. Higher View, it's used by many companies. I think even Emirates or something. I'm not. I'm not sure, but the Higher View, they use it again. It's another form of assessment. So on this Higher View as well, it's online. You click the link, and then you're gonna answer 3 questions. And so when you tap, it starts recording, and then you have to answer. The good part about it, you have a chance to practice before you submit. So you can, I think, 1 or 2 times. Again, I don't remember. So it will be like 3 questions. For me, it was why I want to become a cabin crew, why I want to join Fly Dubai, and I don't remember the third question. So those three questions, and then when you press on the first question, the timer clicks. You have to be very quick, short and precise to say whatever you're saying before the timer runs out, and then that goes. When it goes, it goes. The second question, like that, and then the 3 questions when you submit, that's it. So that for me was the second round. And that was it. And then I had to wait for, that was on 2nd of February, if I remember. 2nd of February, yes. And then after that, I waited for a month. I even forgot about it, and I knew, actually it was all in my head, because I was like, okay, it's just like any other airline. I will just apply, and nothing. After 2 weeks of waiting, they didn't say anything. I was like, okay, that's it. I will just look for another job, because at that time I was looking to relocate to Dubai, and I was already here like for vacation and still like looking for another job. So I totally forgot about Fly Dubai. I was actually hired by another company. I had started working for another company, but they had not started my visa process when Fly Dubai got back to me. That is a month later. And then they get back to me. I was like, what? This is like God, because, they had not, this other company I was working for, they had not processed my papers, so it was easy for me. So Fly Dubai got back to me with an email and asked me if my availability of the online interview that I had to do. And of course, like I scheduled the interview, because that time again I had already started my 9-to-5 job, so I had to schedule time with them, and they were flexible to do the dates that I was okay with, and we scheduled the interview, and that's when I had a 30-minute interview at that time. So they scheduled me like an interview 2 days after the email, and I had like a 30-minute interview with 4 of the representatives from Fly Dubai. It was on Teams, and that's when you have that was like one-on-one interview. Now, because of COVID, we couldn't be one-on-one, so we had to do online. So that's when I did my interview. I would say it was intense, but there are questions it's not questions that you cannot answer, honestly, because it was like 2 days, and then I was going to work. I don't even have time to, research and stuff. I said, all right, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to be myself and answer. So I did my interview, and That's it with the interview. It ran for 30 minutes. The recruiters in Fly Dubai, guys, I'm not saying because I work for them, they're super amazing. They don't give you the pressure, they give you time to answer the questions. Like, I felt more like I'm having this conversation with you right now. So first time I was like this, but the second time we just ended up having more of a conversation for 30 minutes, and I was so happy. And then I know you're gonna ask me the whole process. So after that, and that's it. So my visa was going. So now these guys hadn't processed my visa, and when I finished the interview, I actually felt it that I'm gonna be taken. So yeah, I ended up. So after that, somehow after the interview, for me, you know, with how the interview goes, any interview doesn't have to be Fly Dubai. Any interview that you go to, how it goes, you kind of have a feeling of, you know, how it went. So for me, I kind of knew that I will be taken, but I was like, okay, just don't believe in yourself so much. So, and then 1 week after that interview, still they didn't say anything. Yes, they didn't say anything. And now I had already these guys that I was working for, they were not serious at all. They were like keep on postponing my starting the process. But I now it's when I feel like maybe it was because it's just God's planning that they didn't process, yeah. So after 1 week, I emailed Fly Dubai. This is the thing that I did. You can hear me, Barbara, because I can't hear you. Okay. Okay. So I was like, because now this company that I was with, they were not saying anything. My visa is about to finish, and me going back home was not an option. So I just emailed Fly to Buy. I just emailed them. I'm not saying, guys, you do that, but I was really desperate. So I emailed them because I had the email that they had reached out to me asking for my date availability day. So I emailed them. I just told them I just did my interview, but I don't stay in Dubai. I'll be leaving soon. I just wanted to know what's the status so that I can plan. Honestly, I had to ask. I didn't have an option. I was so desperate. And then they were so nice. They just replied to me, we'll get back to you in a few days. You see, now at least when you have that, then when they said they will get back to me, I knew already they've picked me, because if they didn't pick me, they could have even bothered to reply, you know. So anyway, and after that, so it was 1 week, it was final interview. And then in between this 1 week is when I texted them. And then so between the final interview and this, I got my offer letter on 30th of March. I remember, I'll never forget the feeling of that day, 30th March 2022 is when I got my offer letter. It's the best feeling you can ever get. I didn't even know how to react. I was just crying like a little kid, but I got this offer letter when just my visa was about to expire in Dubai. So it's a good feeling. And that was my process with Fly Dubai. So coming back, sorry, before I give you the chance to ask me the next question. So coming back to the process now, I had checked with one of my friend that was hired recently. So now after you submit, it depends like on the time they're hiring. Some people were submitted on November. They were called for assessment in February. So when you ask about the duration, really no one knows. They're not like consistent with the duration after you apply. It's all different. So that one I cannot really answer, because even my batchmate, we all had a different story of how the process went. So, but for him, after he submitted, he did higher view, the one I explained. After the higher view, he did the math and English test online. So that is the updated process up until 2 months ago. I don't know if they've changed. So he did a math and English test. And then after that, he was given an assessment day. He was welcome for the assessment day. And the assessment day, now they're doing in person, whether you have to go to our headquarters, which are based in Dubai. So you went for the headquarters, and then that's a whole process. The assessment day, if you want me to share that, you can let me know after that. But that's the process now. So after submitting higher view, after higher view, math and English, after math and English, you will be called for assessment day. After assessment day, you'll be taken, and then if you've not been taken, okay, if you've been taken, you will start the onboarding process. So that's it. It's just a testimony from God all through. Honestly, me joining the airline, it's just for me, I just live a dream and I live a testimony. That's all I can call mine. Yes, we all have different experiences, but mine is just a living testimony, I would say. So because mine was online, so you will we had to fill up some forms declaring, and then when we got to be chosen, then they checked again. So when we were chosen, that's when they were scanning. Now they were doing more of an assessment, because really that time there was a lot of restrictions. There is no much contact. So we had to fill out the forms, and that's why I was telling people you really have to be honest, because if you're not honest, if when they're asking you to declare tattoos, whether it's a tiny tattoo, wherever and wherever, just declare it and that's it. Because I will speak as again, when you ask me about the tattoos, I'll be talking about that later. But just when they ask you something, just be honest. If there is something Fly Dubai cares about, is honesty. They trust us a lot, and that way you see our airline is more like, it's really more relaxed and better, and a good working environment, because they trust us, and when they trust us, we get to do the job. Also, we give back that trust back. So really trust. You cannot be like this, you have to be straightforward. I believe when someone trusts you, even at home, even as a friend does, you just need to give them that back. So yeah. So I got to feel, we did to do a declaration, and then the day we were going on our first day to submit everything in person after we were selected is when they did now the checks and everything. All right, so I will start with the looks. So maybe some people, this is the question that really, really people have misconceptions. They have, oh my God, they have so much about how a crew, all these stories surrounding a crew. I will say first, when you're a cabin crew, what really matters, even let's say now we keep the interviews and process aside, when you go to the aircraft, the first thing when you think about the cabin crew, what do you think about? You think about, just a pretty girl looking good. So appearance, how you look, it really matters. This is not because it's them, because you're the representative of an airline. Imagine you came to your flight, I didn't comb my hair, I don't have makeup, I'm just there. I will even drain your mood, for that flight. But the moment you come, I have my makeup on, I'm smiling, you're like, oh, wow, let's do this, let's go. Because most of people, you don't travel every day. It's just that time you've saved all your lifetime to travel to that vacation, and then you come there and then meet someone is just as bored as even they didn't want to come to work. It's like they've just been placed there. So long story short, how you look is really important. This is for you. This is how you carry yourself. And when you're cabin crew, you are a brand. You're a representative of Fly Dubai. All right, so how you present yourself from the moment you walk into that door on the day of assessment tells a lot. From the moment you walk in, you should just smile. And you will see even in our headquarters, even our CEO is a very nice guy. You meet with him even when you're getting coffee. He's always smiling, always. This is our management. Oh, everybody, the security guy, everyone is smiling because it brings good energy. All right, so how really you present yourself, it matters a lot. For the height for Fly Dubai, it is 5'2" as per the requirement. So that is 5'2" feet as per the requirement. Sorry, I always tell people, sometimes the match has been doing this online lives. I've been noticing so much. People like to divert. People like to make things complicated. Guys, as I was giving an example the other day, for example, to come to my house, I tell you guys, bring Coca-Cola. That's the requirement to come to my house, right? So why should you text me and ask me, should I come with milk? I just said, just come with Coca-Cola, all right? It's the same as the requirement. The requirement, minimum requirement, have been set up, have been put up for you from the height. When you go to the website, is written there on the description. 1, 2, 3, this is what we need for cabin crew. So don't ask, okay, what's this, what this? No. If you meet those requirements, apply. And then after, that's when there is assessment to assess if what you submitted was goes through to assess, do you have something else they don't like? Now on the assessment day is when they get to assess you and now eliminate if they don't want. Again, with Fly Dubai, they are more human, they are more friendly. If you're fit, if you have just they don't complicate things. We are more like a family, I would say, compared to other airlines. It's more chilled, if that's the word I would say. More relaxed, just be professional, present yourself well. You're meeting the minimum requirement, wear your confidence, smile. I believe us as a society, we've just tamed things like this is pretty, this is not pretty. I feel like every other person is pretty, and what even makes us more pretty is the confidence that we wear. So for me, I feel everyone can be a cabin crew as long as you are confident and you meet the minimum requirement. So yeah. And then going back now to the height, I've talked about it. That is 5'2" as per the description. And then braces. I had to check and give you guys information, like the correct information. Braces, yes, they are allowed in Fly Dubai. However, there is a restriction for that. So we are allowed braces. So dental, like jewelry, is not permitted. This dental jewelry is not permitted. But braces, if you have to wear braces, they have to be ceramic braces with a white wire. That was the description. And the lingual braces. So in short, there are braces are allowed, but when you join, you're gonna have a uniform. There is a manual that we have a manual for uniform standards, what's allowed and what's not allowed. Same as glasses. Reading glasses are allowed, and you always have to wear an extra pair. So the glasses, when you go for your medical check, again, they will do all that, and they will write it on your medical certificate. So every time you go for a flight, you can carry your glasses and you can wear them. So again, glasses, yes, are allowed. To just make it shorter, glasses are allowed, braces are allowed, but there is restrictions on how they should be. For the glasses, there's the restrictions for the flames and colors and all that. That's what we call, it's all in the manual. So you'll get it more in details when you join. So yes, that's it. For the tattoos are stated on the minimum requirement. No tattoos should be visible when you're wearing the uniform. So that means, again, people ask me, my tattoo is here and here. No, go to online, come to my page, look at our uniform. My page, we have 3 sets of uniform actually, unlike other airlines. We have trousers, we have skirt, we have a dress. So just go and check. Most of our uniforms is short sleeve up to here. So if you have tattoos anywhere going down, that's, you know, that if you have tattoos anywhere that is visible on the legs, don't think about the pants because you're wearing a skirt. So if you have tattoos that are visible with the uniform, forget about it. And you cannot use makeup, you cannot use cover up. They will know just if you have makeup. Forget about it. I mean, if you have tattoos, forget about it. Otherwise, you can, if your tattoos are not visible with the uniform, it's totally okay. You just have to declare it when they will ask you to declare. Maybe you can have your tattoo on a waist or just somewhere. People have tattoos on the body, but let's say when you're wearing the uniform, it cannot be seen. That's totally okay. People do have tattoos, but you just have to declare it. That's it. What I would answer about that question, I would just say, again, when they're talking about tattoos, right? And as I'm telling you guys, Fly Dubai is really human. It's really human. That's all I can say. I wouldn't talk about scars because I don't know, but because they haven't spoken about scars. But all I know is like they are human. If you can understand what I would say, because I know a lot of people will be watching it. So I don't want to tell you, yes, you can come with your scar and say, and when you go to the assessment, you say, no, your crew said we can come. No, what I can say is like, just if you don't have what they've said they don't want, let's say you don't have tattoos and this, and you meet all other requirements and you just have a scar, just go. If they call you for assessment, just that's you. Our recruiters are very reasonable and really human. That's all I can answer about that question. So yeah, they don't like, they're not, I haven't had someone that has been sent home because of a scar. That's all I could say. I haven't had like, okay, I had a scar, was sent home on an assessment day. I haven't that. So they're very human and very pretty much chilled out people, I would say. So yes, there is that. Anything else that we haven't covered on that, on the looks and the image? Again, when I tell you guys, we're one of the most amazing airlines, you know. So we have 3 sets of uniform. We have pants, like trousers, we have skirt, and we have a dress. And then we have 4 different colors of shirts, because you can see our airline, we are one of the airlines that have a totally different type of uniform. Most airlines, they have the professional jacket, and you know, it's like the same look, but for us, we have different, more of a casual wear. So we have 4 colors of shirts to choose from, and a trouser, and a skirt, and a dress. Now, this is the most interesting part. No one tells you what to wear. If you're a fan of a trouser, go for it. If you're a fan of a skirt, you go for it. If you're a fan of a dress, whichever. Like for me, I purchased, so they give us free uniform, but if you want extra, you can purchase from the store. I had to get extra pants because I love the trousers more. So that's us. We're very comfortable to do that. Again, even the jackets, we wear the jacket, the blazers. We have and they're more relaxed, like Dubai. It's like it gets hot in the summer. Again, when it's hot, we are allowed, all of us, to remove the jackets and stay without the jacket. It's not like a must. You'll be like heated on the blazer. So they're very chilled out, really. So when it gets during the summer, you can stay without your jacket most of the time. So yeah, you just get to choose whatever you like to wear, and you can wear. Like for me, my skirt, I think it's been a long time. I don't wear the skirt a lot. So yeah. Honestly, for the interview, because I would say the day I went for my first day, there's the first day that we went now after we were after we were selected, we had to go and do the contract signing, and this people dress up. So guys, if you're shortlisted, especially it's Dubai, people look good. Even I was like, I need to, I had given my best. You need to look good. There is no, guys, you need to look good. There you're going, you will feel like you don't want to, if you don't put much effort, just know there is someone somewhere that is going for that assessment, that has been waiting that for all their life, and they have put in so much effort. People makeups were looking good, people were looking good, and the clothes were very professional. So I would say be as professional as you can. Always go for neutral colors. All this, like what I'm wearing, it's too much. It's like, too much. It's screaming too much. Black, just neutral colors, black, nude colors, whatever. You can go with like a pants for the guys, or a skirt. Just if you make it like a blazer, you look even more professional. Just wear little, not too much high heels, just a little bit of high heels, just that. Stockings, even if you want to add up. I remember one girl, I'll never forget, on our assessment, she just looked at like a crew. When you look at her, you're like, okay, this one, she fits to be a crew. She had tied her hair with a band, just the way we tie it, and then she wore very short earrings, and she went in with a jacket, a skirt suit, and then she wore the stockings and nice flat shoes. Like she was she was just outstanding. So guys, when you're going for your assessment, look the part. Makeup, you don't have to be a professional makeup artist. No, all of us, we are different. There are people who apply makeup nicely, and there are people who don't apply makeup. They're not good at it. So with time, when you become a crew, even when you're flying with others, you will learn how to do makeup. And the good thing, again, with Fly Dubai, when it comes to the uniform manual that we have that guides us, we have the minimum, the must have with the makeup. Like for me, I do a full face bit, but there is minimum. Like if you're not a makeup person, just have that and you're good to go. Right. So you don't have to be like the best, but with time you will learn, because every time you'll be flying with people, they look good. And then just automatically you'll want also to learn. So there is that. Just look good, wear simple, go for neutral colors. Don't wear, too much, too much, too much. Just wear neutral and you're good to go. So that's it. Most preferably, if you don't want to go a lot of stress thinking what I will wear, go for a simple suit, maybe a black, and if you blue, whatever suit, white color. For ladies, tie your hair at the back. And for the recruitment day, there is someone said something about the wigs and stuff. Ladies, if you don't have nice wigs, just leave the wigs alone. Just leave it. If you don't have nice wigs, I'm telling you for free. Okay, just give me a second. The live was about to end. Okay, very good. All right, so if you don't have a nice wig, please, 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 please forget it, because there is someone that went for assessment. I don't know how true is it, but they came here and said, I was told my hair is not good, the wig is not good. So you never know. So just if you don't have nice hair, I'm selling hair in case you want hair. But if you don't have nice, neat hair, just leave the wigs alone. Comb your hair, your natural hair, and then just hold it a bun. That will save you a lot. Also, don't put this up. Just, how crew look like. If you don't know, Google how a cabin crew looks like. Dress like that. For the men, shave well. Do your shave the day you're going, present yourself, and just wear your smile and you're good to go. Like bold. Yeah, some people do shave their hair. However, we have people who have shaved hair, but I don't think it's the best. It's the best for assessment day. I don't know what to say about that, particularly for assessment day. But people have shaved. I mean, we have people who have shaved, but again, there is the restrictions. I would just say if you really have short hair, then just make it nicely. But if you have an option for a better wig, just to make it nicely, especially because even as much as we are allowed to wear wigs when they are checking, because we have grooming checks every morning, if your wig, the lace is showing and something, you have a problem, your wig should look, if you have to wear a wig, it should look as natural as possible. This is what they say, even the manual they have said. And every single morning before a flight, we have checks. So that's why when you're going for the assessment and then your wig is looking somehow, then yeah, maybe they don't consider that. And even sometimes it's not a bother, but because they just want to, we are a lot say they just need to get someone out. So you end up being, just try as much as possible to have your natural hair combed well nicely to avoid a lot of things. Or cornrows, because often as we do cornrows, if it's cornrows, let them just be simple and neat and tied at the back. So yeah, or braids as well, just with a bun at the back, very, very very neat. And braids, please avoid colors on the assessment day. It doesn't look professional. And then they'll be asking why they were not why they were not selected. There is gray, there is brown. I love nude colors. Nude colors are very nice, and even that brown for nude, it's really nice, and also it's very present. Just try to be, different. So fly Dubai, fast and fast. We are just a very different airline. We don't have accommodation. Remember, it started just 14 years ago, so it's still pretty much a baby airline that is growing so fast. So it started with just like 2 operating destinations. I think it was Beirut and Doha, something like that. So we just started, and since we started like a very small company, they didn't have accommodations. Up until now, they don't have accommodations. However, you're given housing allowance, you're given transportation allowance, and then you can choose where to live across the UAE. We have 7 Emirates, wherever feels easy for you. Whether you want to live 5 minutes away from the airport, you want to live 2 hours away from the airport, whichever place you want to live across the whole of UAE, up to you. As long as you come to work, no one cares where you live. That's it. Transportation, they don't provide. Again, you're given allowance, whichever way you want. You wanna come by metro, you wanna come by taxi, you wanna come with your own car, whichever way you want. However, like 90% of us drive to work. We have a parking at the airport designated for Fly Dubai. So most people opt to buy a car and drive to work. Why? Because it's cheaper. Taxi is very expensive in Dubai. And then sometimes you're on standby. Sometimes you're flying at night. Sometimes, so you don't want the hassle to, go to the metro with your trolley bag and stuff. So most of us do drive to work. And if you drive, you have an absolutely free parking at a designated area in the airport just for Fly Dubai. So yeah. Now that's your responsibility. That's your job. Like any other job, if you go late and stuff, that's your own responsibilities. Again, there is rules and there is, restrictions and everything. So as much, see, more, when you give people that benefit of doubt, then people get more comfortable to be more loyal to the company. So you find a lot of employees are so loyal to the company because the company as well has made a lot of things very flexible. They've made the working environment very flexible. So you don't even have really a reason to, do crazy things and stuff. So that's what a Fly Dubai tries to establish. They try to get that, connection from their employees. So it becomes more easier. Yeah. Fly Dubai is, I always say, I wouldn't, like how I post, you could just say I'm so happy with my airline. I think 1 year ago I would have said probably I will just stay for a couple of years and move maybe to somewhere else, but that's changed when I get to experience the company itself. I think in the world that we live today, we would say that mental health comes first, above money, above everything else. That is something that Fly Dubai gives us. The management is amazing. Guys, I cannot insist. Like the management is just as amazing. They care. You're just not a staff. You're not just a number. You're just more than a family. And I mean it. When you have issues, when you have personal issues, when you have deaths and all that, just really personal issues, as much as you're flying, you reach out to them. They're always ready to help, to listen to you. So I would say I'm more than happy. And again, the company is growing very fast. We are under leadership of a very amazing guy, Al-Kaith, who is our CEO. The company is growing very fast. Just as I was saying before we started the session for the interviews, now they ordered 30 Dreamliners. So now we're going to extend to long haul, because we don't now fly long haul because we have a fleet of 737. And what people don't know, they're like, why don't you go to US? A 737 can fly maximum 8 hours. It cannot fly more than 8 hours. After 8 hours, it needs to stop somewhere and refuel, which means a lot of work to stop and stuff. So we normally the max 9 can go to 9 hours, but that's the maximum. That's why you don't find us going to US. However, now they just ordered the Boeing, the latest Dreamliners, 30 of them. That's why I was saying even in future, we're going to get more. They're going to hire more, because for 737, we are like 4 crew. And then now when you go into the Dreamliners, will be more crew, because it's more people, like 360 people in the aircraft for the passengers. So we'll need more crew. So we'll have more. So it's really growing very fast. And that's the best company to be in, when the company is growing super, super, super fast. Just now we have, like, really, there's so many reasons that I would say that I'm so happy and I'm so proud to be part of the team. And throughout, you find the management trying to check what do we need. You find this, if there's someone who is head of cabin crew, is still sending you emails, checking what do you guys need? What do you think is going wrong? Where do you think we should improve? These are kind of conversation, and you feel like you're part of the company. And really, when they ask, you see those things, and you're happy when something that you wanted changes. Again, they host different event get together for the company. I flew with a crew. You flew with someone you don't ever see. There's someone I did a flight with 2 years ago and I've never seen them, and we're in the same company. That's how it is. But now, like last night, we were in a company's iftar. They hosted the iftar for cabin crew and pilots. Whoever that is off, they can go. Then you get to see all your old friends and through this, you still feel, a part of the company. During this kind of event, you get to talk to management. So it really feels like a family. So I would say I'm mentally, physically, I'm just happy to be part of the company. It is a great company, and within few years it will be so far. So yeah, I would definitely recommend. And maybe some people, I'm not saying that other companies are bad and stuff. No, never. Most companies that we have in the UAE, like Emirates, Etihad, Wizz, we have Air Arabia. They're amazing companies. They're amazing companies. I just speak on on the one that I've experienced. It is amazing. It is amazing. With flying also as a crew, you need a lot of flexibility, and Fly Dubai gives you that. We have off days, you get to have your personal life, you can do your things, you can travel. So it's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah, now we just started flights to Mombasa. We have 4 flights weekly, sorry, to Mombasa. It's we just launched the destination in February. So yeah, now you can fly from Dubai to Mombasa directly. Yeah. No, for the training, so after you sign the contract and the onboarding, this covers as well the question that some people were asking if if you're supposed to pay for training. I got questions that like those. So as I said, you're gonna sign a contract. So when you finish the onboarding process, that is submitting your documents, there's a lot of documents you're gonna do, police clearance, blah blah. There's a lot, especially UAE. They do a lot of background check. If you've had loans with other banks, they're gonna do a lot of check. So that's what we call the onboarding process, and then you have to be patient with that. So after you finish your onboarding process, you're gonna be able to start. They're gonna give you the joining date. That means the joining date is when you start your training. This training, it is school. You're going back to school. You know, worse than high school. I remember I had to leave social media for the entire time. It is intensive. This is like where you learn about safety, you learn about the operating procedures of that company, you learn everything, how to deliver a child on board, anything, everything. There is so much, because people just think cabin crew is just smiling and going home and going to different destinations, and that there is a lot that can happen. If that plane crashes, you're gonna do the evacuation. If you go in water, if you fall on the sea, all situations, you'll have to be trained for this. Fire on the plane, thieves on the plane, there is a lot that you learn. So for us, for many airlines, it depends. Maybe it stretches to 2 months, but for us is 1 month, because again, we have only one fleet. One fleet, if those who doesn't know what a fleet is the type of aircraft. For example, Fly Dubai, we have one fleet, the 737. That's the only what we have. Now, when you go to Emirates, they have the 380, they have the 777. That's a whole different configuration. So the training is even more. So for us, we only have one, which is the 737. So we do 1 month of intense training, and that is meaning every single day you learn. The next day before you start, you have an exam. Like that. It is like, when I tell you guys, it is intense. You have a book like this that, you read. And then that's when you will do your swimming classes, everything, grooming, you learn everything. So it's really 1 month, but 1 month of intense. And then you have to do a final exam of something we call SCP and first aid. You're going to do an exam and you have to pass. Again, you can pass through all those assessments and everything. If you cannot pass this exam, unfortunately, you cannot go forward becoming a cabin crew, because you need that. So there is 2 other things people don't know about. If you don't pass the training, then you cannot be hired. If you don't pass the GCA medical, then you cannot fly. So there is the Dubai. If you don't live in Dubai, you will need to do a Dubai medical. That's the government-based medical to get the Dubai residence, right? So for me, I had to do that because I was not a resident at that time. However, if you're already a resident, you have to do the GCAA. They have their own hospital. GCAA, that's the civil, that's the organization that runs all the airlines in Dubai, that operates the aviation in Dubai. So you're gonna do a medical for that. That means they check your lungs, your whatever, a lot, like intense check, eyesight, everything. Then if they have to term you medically fit for you to be given a flying flying license. So then you don't know, really you cannot know what they check, but if there's something that's an issue and they term that you cannot be fit, then still again you cannot be crew. So there is that. I remember I was so tense, drug test, everything, you're gonna run through this, and then he's gonna give you a stamp that you're medically fit, and then they're gonna send to Fly Dubai. That's for GCA. So for Fly Dubai, when you pass the exam now, this is the main initial, then they're gonna give you a certificate and then you're gonna graduate. But you're gonna graduate when Fly Dubai gives you, after this 1 month of passing the intense training. When you pass this, then that's tick, and then when you pass the medically fit, that's bit. So these two, you will have a medical license for the GCA and you'll have your cabin crew license, and these two now you are ready to fly. But without these two, you cannot fly. We had a batchmate that she was amazing, she was perfect, but she failed twice. She failed once, she was given a chance and she failed, but she had to go, unfortunately. So there is more to crew. It's not just about the online process. There is a lot up until the day you get to fly, actually. And again, after every year, we do the same process again. I have my exams coming up. After every year, you have to renew your license. So you will go through the reading again and then get your license. So that is that, yes. It's a lot, but it's amazing. Apart from that, when you become crew, you go to different cities, you make different memories. You, even if you didn't I used to love to travel, but now, like recently, I haven't gone out, like for a couple of times I've been doing turnarounds. And I feel like I miss traveling. So you will fall in love with traveling, because one country is always different for another, and you want to experience and you don't want to stop experiencing. So yeah. How much you're paid is written on the requirements. It's actually written on the website. If you check the website, is written. However, that's not the final pay. That's just the basic pay. I think I should put on my lights. Just give me a. People get what we are paid. So it's written. So first I will answer one question as well as I saw, so that we finish on the training board. On the training, you don't pay. All right. So you just start your training. However, as again, you will sign the contract, which I cannot discuss about. That contract, it states like a certain amount that you're supposed to give service to the company before you decide to leave. If you, for example, you join like today and decide to leave after 2 months, because some people leave, they come thinking maybe flying was like this, and then they get the real experience of flying, and maybe they're like, I cannot handle that. If you want to leave, then if you break your contract before the agreed time, then you have to pay them the training board. Otherwise, I will train you. You can go and people will be coming and get training, and then, because with my license I can fly any airline that has a 737, right? So if you break your bond, if you break your contract, then you get to pay the company. However, if you give your years of service, you don't have to pay anything, and finish the years of service, that's it. You don't need to pay. So you don't need to pay for the training. But I don't know if there are companies that say you have to pay. No, you'll start your training and you don't need to pay. And when during the training, yes, you will get paid your salary as usual, which is the basic. So as again, I'm just gonna share it because it's on the website. Our basic is 7,500 dirhams. That's the basic. And then that's the basic, like you have not flown, you have not done anything. Now it comes to what? When you're flying. When you're flying, every flight you do, other companies are different as you're paid per hour. If you're doing a flight for 14 hours, you're going to be paid per hour. So that you multiply per hour. So whatever hours you work that particular month, you're going to multiply with a certain amount, and then you're going to get that and your basic salary. So that's what takes the amount higher. So 7.5 is just the basic, which is, yeah, basic. So that's it, because it's written on the website. They're very straightforward on the website, is there. Yeah. We are paid because there are airlines that pay with block hours. There are airlines that pay per flight. No, us, we are paid per hour. So it depends. So if you want to work more, you can take more hours. But again, there's restrictions. This just depends. But yeah, it's good salary that you can maintain yourself and do something for yourself. There is actually in Dubai alone, if you want to be in Dubai, if you want to be based in Dubai, there, I mean, in UAE, in Dubai, it's us and Emirates. In Abu Dhabi, there is Wizz Air and Etihad, which is the national carrier for UAE, actually. As well, the national carrier for Dubai. And then in Sharjah, there is Air Arabia, which is also a nice airline. So you should try your best in all of them and see. You can start somewhere. That's what I would say. They are hiring now, guys. Their closing date is on 27th of March. So you can go to careers.flydubai.com and just log in and just set up your account and apply. It's self-explanatory. You can just do it and just apply, and all the best, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's a miracle. You know me so well, so you know the story. So you know, like, if like how I'm committed to help people, it genuinely comes from my heart, because I believe like there is a God, and everyone deserves a second chance at this life. So yeah. Thank you. And guys, if you just joined, you didn't get the interview, it's gonna be on Julia's YouTube channel. So everything we've talked about today, you can just go and watch it there. Instead of us repeating back, we've covered a lot of things. So if you're just passing by, or you just joined halfway, or you just joined now, you can just subscribe to our YouTube channel, Julia Barbara, just as her name, you can see it there, and you'll be able to learn everything that we've learned today. All right, Barbara, I'll also just be left to answer a few questions, and then I can end the live as well, because I have to go somewhere shortly. I'll take extra questions for the next 10 minutes because I'm going somewhere, and then I'm gonna end the live. Please follow Julia Barbara. The whole live, it's gonna be on our YouTube page.